It was a crystal clear evening in July 2004 on a pristine beach on Koh Phi Phi, Thailand. I was just another rational, analytical, left-brain technology professional taking a break from a stressful career. But I had no idea I was about to embark on a journey that would consume the next 2 decades of my life and completely reshape everything I thought I knew about reality. What happened next defied everything I thought was possible. As I lay on the beach enjoying the crystal clear night sky, my consciousness expanded beyond my body, beyond the island, beyond Earth itself, until I was looking down at the magnificent entirety of the universe. In that moment of cosmic unity, I experienced what I can only describe as being one with every single thing. I was no longer Michael the individual, I was Michael the integral part of the whole. I had no idea what was happening, but in that moment I became a myconaut. That's an explorer of the vast interconnected networks of consciousness that bind all life together, just like the mycelial networks connect forests under our feet. Malcolm Gladwell has made popular the idea that mastery requires at least 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. What he doesn't tell us is what happens if you spend 50,000 hours exploring the very nature of consciousness itself. My journey began with 2 years of intensive research, quantum physics, religious texts, anthropological studies, Ken Wilber's integral theory, spiral dynamics, consciousness mapping, and a whole bunch more. I was desperately trying to make sense of what had happened to me on that beach. But research was just the beginning. I devoured everything I could find about consciousness, mystical experiences, and even human potential. Werner Erhard's mantra became my guiding principle. There is something I do not know, the knowing of which could change everything. I learned that my experience wasn't unique. I've since met hundreds of people who've experienced the same thing. It's all part of a vast, largely unexplored territory of human consciousness. I began actively exploring different states of consciousness through meditation, breath work, and other practices. I'm still not sure why, but I avoided taking any form of substance. Why chase the white rabbit when what I experienced felt so real anyway? Over time, I discovered that the mycelial consciousness I had met wasn't a one-time event. It's an accessible state of awareness that reveals the fundamental interconnectedness of all life. The mystics and the mystery schools all know this stuff, but of course I didn't. Our pursuit of material success blinds us to these fundamental truths. Something extraordinary began to emerge. I started seeing the same patterns everywhere. I saw them in plants, in human societies and systems, in technological systems, in the rise and fall of civilizations. The mycelial model wasn't just a metaphor, it was a blueprint for how complex systems actually function. I began to understand that we're living through a fundamental transition in human consciousness. The material operating system that has driven civilization for 12,000 years is reaching its limits. Yes, of course, we're facing the environmental, economic, and social crises we're all familiar with, but these pain points are simply the birth pangs of a new form of human awareness. What we're witnessing is entirely new ways of engaging with each other and with the more than human life itself. And there's absolutely nothing mystical about this. It's just not part of our life lessons. So we're generally completely unaware of it. The final phase has been about translation and application, and this has been by far the most demanding part of the journey. How do we take mystical experiences and cosmic consciousness and turn them into practical solutions for planetary challenges instead of just an individual experience alone? How do we help others not only access these states of awareness, but live in the state of knowing? How do we build systems that operate on mycelial principles? Especially when every single one of our systems operate on material principles. Our entire planet runs on material OS, material operating system. But an even bigger question emerged for me. What is my role in all of this? What's my purpose, my calling? What am I uniquely here to do that no one else can? Gulp. Lesson 1. We are living systems, not machines. Material OS treats humans, organizations, and even ecosystems as machines to be optimized. But 50,000 hours of poking holes in Material OS leads me to unquestioningly accept something profound. We are living networks, more like forests than factories. This whole survival of the fittest meme is a dangerous lie. When we operate like living networks do, by sharing resources, communicating through multiple channels, supporting each other's growth, then we become exponentially more capable. And that's where Material OS simply crashes. Even rebooting doesn't clear that dreaded blue screen of death. But that's the only operating system we're ever offered from the day we're born. Lesson 2. An operating system is the ultimate technology. I believe we're looking for solutions to global challenges in all the wrong places. I know because I've spent 2 decades doing the same thing. Recycling, saving water, reducing consumption, restoring soil, building water retention landscapes, bioregioning. The breakthrough innovations we need won't come from our individual efforts alone. They'll come from an upgraded operating system, in a shift from Material OS to mycelial OS. When we make this shift, we transcend entirely the material paradigm of binary choices, regeneration versus extraction, collaboration versus competition, systems versus individual optimization. We synthesize into a field dynamic that operates on frequencies beyond anything our Material OS conditioned minds can currently comprehend. Okay, that may be a little too deep for now, bear with me. Lesson 3. The transition is already underway. Wherever I look, I see signs of a great transition. People are awakening to the interconnectedness of all life. Organizations are slowly but surely beginning to operate as living systems rather than merely competing for a bigger share of the market. Communities are forming around shared ways of thinking about their role on the planet rather than just shared interests. Mycelial OS isn't coming, it's already here, waiting for us to learn how to work more systemically with it. Lesson 4. Individual awakening isn't enough. This was unquestionably the hardest lesson for me. My personal transformation was profound. It entirely changed the trajectory of my life, and others I've met report the same experience. But planetary transformation requires a collective upgrade to mycelial OS. We need millions of people, not just a few thousand, to forever abandon the blue screen of death that the dominating operating system keeps presenting. We need systems and structures that support and amplify this shift, not just individual practices. So here's what 50,000 hours of myconauting has made crystal clear to me anyway. We need a system. Not another app, not another course, not another community platform. We need a living system that, number 1, connects myconauts across the globe in real-time collaboration. Number 2, amplifies the upgrade path through network effects. Number 3, translates mystical experiences into practical everyday experiences. 4, scales mycelial OS practices to planetary levels. And 5, supports the transition from material OS to mycelial OS. We need a system that operates like a mycelial network itself. It's decentralized yet coordinated, resilient yet adaptive, individual yet collective. So imagine a global network of myconauts, all connected through a living system that provides direct access to a mycelial OS C-suite. That's the executive suite, where you can learn from the most experienced consciousness practitioners who've mastered the transition from material OS to mycelial OS. Real-time strategy sessions with the down-to-earth founder, where you can get insider perspective on global developments and how they impact our collective evolution with immediate strategic guidance. Zero confusion clarity process, where you can follow a proven roadmap that eliminates overwhelm and provides instant clarity on your next steps in upgrading from material OS to mycelial OS. An elite A-player support network where you can tap into a team of world-class consultants and specialists who can help you accelerate your projects through outsourced expertise or direct consultation. An AI-enhanced mycelial OS thinking tools where you can access cutting-edge artificial intelligence, but this time designed specifically to refine and amplify your mycelial OS insights. Exclusive high-trust experiences where you can receive invitations to carefully curated online and in-person gatherings with fellow advanced myconauts. License the mycelial OS systems where you can instantly scale your impact by using our proven frameworks and methodologies. A no-fluff myconaut community where you can join a tight-knit network where every member is serious about planetary scale mycelial OS, with zero tolerance for surface-level tire-kicking and pontificating. This isn't science fiction and it's not a pipe dream. This is the next stage of human evolution. And the technology to build this stuff exists today. The content has been carefully and methodically curated over more than 2 decades. I'm done being a solo myconaut. It's exhausting. I've come so close to giving up on so many occasions. I've exhausted my life savings pursuing all of these rabbit holes. But after 50,000 hours of really challenging work and guidance from some incredible people, I've learned that the most important discoveries happen in community. The most powerful shifts happen when we support each other's evolution. The most effective solutions emerge when we think and act as a collective intelligence. I'm building that system, and I need you to build it with me. This isn't just another startup or social venture. This is the infrastructure for humanity's next evolutionary leap. We'll be creating the first truly mycelial organization, structured like a living network, not a hierarchy. Number 2, a platform for collective intelligence, where breakthrough insights emerge from our interactions. 3, a coordination system for planetary healing, where we connect regenerative efforts across all scales. 4, a measurement framework for consciousness evolution, tracking our collective progress in real time. We need consciousness pioneers. These are experienced myconauts who've done their own deep inner work and are ready to scale their impact beyond their personal transformation. We need consciousness researchers who can help us map and measure the territory of human awareness evolution. We need visionary leaders who can help us navigate the transition from material OS to mycelial OS. And then systems architects, systems builders who understand how to create technology that serves life rather than extracting from it. We need regenerative practitioners who are already working on planetary healing and understand living systems design. We need network designers who can build infrastructure that operates like mycelial networks, decentralized, resilient, and adaptive. Creative communicators. We need master storytellers who can translate mystical experiences into compelling narratives that inspire mass awakening. We need impactful video creators who can capture the essence of mycelial consciousness and make it accessible to millions. We need visionary artists who can create imagery, music, and experiences that bypass rational mind and speak directly to the soul. We need content alchemists who can transform complex consciousness concepts into engaging, shareable formats across all media. Cultural translators. We need brand architects who understand how to build movements that transcend traditional marketing and create genuine cultural shifts. We need community builders who can foster high trust environments where authentic transformation happens. We need experienced designers who can create in-person and virtual gatherings that catalyze collective consciousness evolution. We need communication strategists who can navigate the challenge of speaking about transcendent experiences in material world language. Bridge builders. We need integration specialists who can help translate mycelial insights into practical applications for business, education, and governance. We need cultural ambassadors who can carry the mycelial message into existing institutions and communities. We need youth connectors who can engage the next generation in consciousness evolution. We need global coordinators who can synchronize efforts across different cultures, languages, and time zones. We're living through the most important moment in human history. The next decade will determine whether we collectively evolve to mycelial OS or remain stuck in material OS patterns that are destroying our planet. Mycelial OS is ready to emerge. Will you help birth it? The beach in Thailand was just the beginning. The 50,000 hours of rabbit holing were just preparation. The real work starts now, with you, with all of us, building the system that will change everything. I don't like hyperbole, but I hope you can see how passionate I am about this. I'm itching to become more than just an individual seeker. Are you? Are you willing to pull the plug on Material OS for good in your own life? Might you be champing at the bit to become part of the collective operating system that's about to transform our world? The Mycelial OS network is calling. Your unique piece of the puzzle is needed. The grand mission cannot succeed without you. So join us. Let's build that system that will regenerate our planet and evolve our species. And if you know me, you'll know that I don't make statements like that lightly, but I'm tired of the slog and getting nowhere, and so many are feeling the same. Let's become the planetary nervous system that Earth has been waiting for.